Hello guys, welcome to our new session titled Communicating Professionally Through Telephone Calls. So as you notice here, our session today is about how to make telephone calls or how to run telephone calls. And we have the objective, which is the objective, as we said before, it is a target or an aim or a plan is to be able to run telephone calls with international firms overseas. The word overseas means internationally or worldwide. So to move to the telephone calls, or which is, I need to admit the other persons because, okay, admit all. Okay. So here, again, because you have to be completely focusing, like to be able to run telephone calls. It means that you want to make it easy for yourself or to facilitate it, to make it smooth while you are talking, or while you are calling, or while you are making a conversation with other persons, whatever, inside, outside, or locally or internationally. Especially that when you make a telephone call with another or with other persons around the world, sometimes it's easy for me to get through them, and other times I find it somewhat hard or difficult. Everything, guys, has a reason. So let's display or check with each other what are these reasons and how could we overcome them, or how could they be easy for us to make such calls, especially that making telephone calls, it comes through the experience. If we have the experience to make these telephone calls, the facilitation, the confidence, everything is going to be easy. So move to the second slide here. Actually, I wrote down some ideas which will, I wish, or I hope that it will be beneficial or easy and useful for you all. So here, telephoning. Telephoning refers to the act of making a phone call to someone. It is a form of communication that allows people to speak with each other over a distance. That is the aim, over a distance. It means there's a distance between both of us. That's why we need to make this telephone call, to take this telephone call, whatever. Using a telephone or mobile device, surely telephoning can be used for a variety of purposes, such as, when you use the telephone or when you want to make a call, it means that there is a purpose. What is the purpose? Many different purposes, or many different thoughts or ideas. What are they? Such as to conduct business, arrange appointments, convey information, or simply to stay in touch with friends and family. So it means that maybe the kind of telephone calls or the type or sort of telephone calls are socially, socially, or some other times it is for business. So here, these are the causes here, as I said here, the aims, why I use to call some other persons. Here, I made it, I highlighted it blue. Okay, that's it. Guys, please just tell me, is it clear? The screen clear for you? Can you see it well?
Yes, everything is good.
Okay.
Yes, it's so clear.
Okay, Mustafa, thank you. Here, we have to know the definition of business calls, since all of you are here just for business calls, because we don't need any other kind of calls, especially that we need them in our career or in our work. Before going through telephone calls and we make training or make exercise or make practicing on how to make telephone calls, we need to have some definition about the business calls. Okay, so here, business calls I think that you are reading with me here. So please focus, because what we learn today, we will never learn it tomorrow, because you'll be in the field of work to face or encounter customers directly. So here, business calls typically refer to phone conversation made or received by individuals in the context of conducting business. So this is the aim of the business calls, is to make, conducting business or professional activities. Okay, these calls can include a wide range of topics, such as what, when you make a business call, what is the aim, what is the target? These are the aims, or this is the target of making a telephone call. What are they? Okay, customer service, client meeting, project updates, and more and more and more, etc. So business calls can take place or happen, like they say, or can occur between employees like you all, by the way, within the same company, as well as between individuals from different organizations. So when it comes to making a telephone call between each other, the matter is wholly simple and easy. Why? Because we have the same language, we have the same culture, so nothing hard for us to make communication. Is that right? Yeah, to connect to each other. But when it comes to making a telephone call with other organizations overseas, what I mean overseas is that different countries. So it means the matter may be sometimes hard or difficult. Why? Guys, because they are the same reasons. What are these reasons? Sometimes the culture is different. Take it as an example. When you speak to a Japanese person, or a Chinese guy, or an Italian girl, or a Spanish businessman, so do you think it is easy for you? Is it easy for you to make or to run such conversation? No, I don't think so. So the matter needs, or the issue needs, some kind of training or practicing. Don't be shy, don't be embarrassed to make such practice or training. When you make them, make sure that you will be in different area or in different place, or as they say, or as Saif Zahir say, هيبقى في حتة تانية. ما اعرفش. That is the point, okay? So here, business calls can take place between, this is what we said, okay? So the purpose here, guys, okay, in order not to go away from me. The purpose of business calls is often to, what is the purpose of business calls? Can someone read it? Read this part? Okay, number 2. Guys, you can speak directly. Mustafa, hello, Mustafa.
I'm hearing you very well, but leave the space for my colleagues.
Yes, okay, you can speak,
and
Mustafa. You can speak. Mustafa, you can read this part, please.
Okay, the purpose of business calls is often to exchange information, make decision, or build relationships, right?
Okay, that's right. So we have here 3 different purposes of making business calls. One of them is to exchange information. Sometimes you need some more information about the firm or the organization or the institute that you are working in, or the other person working in. Maybe because of the product that the other person has, like this. And sometimes you need to make a strong net of a relationship between you and the client for any other reason that may appear or emerge in the future. That's one. So that's why, guys, here in today's digital age, the age of digital, everything is digital, digitalization. So here, business calls can also refer to Ustaza Batta. Hello, Miss Batta.
Hello.
Can you read this part, please?
Okay. Sorry.
Yes, okay.
In today's digital age, business calls can also refer to video calls or conference calls conducted over the internet.
Yes, that is the easiest
Mm.
part here is to make telephone calls or digital calls between video calls or conference. So it is not the matter is not only telephone calls. So we can sometimes make video calls like what we do right now or conference calls. Okay, this other thing for the purpose. Guys, I think that right now we at least we could know what it means by telephone call. Moment. Okay. What it means by telephone calls. So we need to move to the other slide here. So the importance of effective, it's not only the importance of telephone calls, but effective telephone calls in business, especially in business, or we must highlight it in business because this is what we are for. Okay, here. Especially when dealing with international partners. So right now, as Miss or Ustaza Sarah told me that we really need to make this kind of session, which is telephone calls, because we need to make some kind of business with other firms, organizations, or companies overseas or worldwide. That's why we need to know what it means by effective telephone calls in business. One, uh, 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 guys, I'm sorry, but I cannot check the names right now. If any one of you would like to read with me the first part.
Okay.
Okay, who's gonna read?
First, communication. Effective telephone calls allows for clear communication between business partners, which is essential for building strong relationships.
Okay, so here, communication. Number one, to make an effective telephone call in business, it means communication. We have to make a strong communication with each other. Number one. Number two, efficiency. Efficiency, it means is it effective or not, like this, okay? Like telephone calls can save time and increase efficiency. Instead of taking yourself or taking other people to go long distance, so here, when you have a telephone call, it's much more effective than moving. Number three, telephone call makes some kind of trust. Here we build the trust through telephone. By the way, repeated and regular telephone calls make trust. Okay, but because nothing come randomly, nothing come by chance, or nothing come by coincidence. So everything here is arranged. As long as you have regular telephone calls with me, at least as social, by the way. So it means that we can make a strong relationship with each other, and this will build trust between each other. Here, cost effective, the cost effective, it should be read. So telephone calls can be a cost effective way to communicate with international partners, especially when compared to travel costs for in-person meeting. If you're going to travel somewhere to meet him, it means it's costly. So why should I travel if I could make a simple telephone for free call? So I think it is practical. Do you agree with me? Good.
Yes, of course.
Sure. So number 5 and the last one here is flexibility. Flexibility, as they say, telephone calls offer flexibility in terms of scheduling and can be conducted from anywhere with an internet connection. If you have internet connection, it means you can make the telephone call, and it's easy for you to make this telephone call without moving it to anywhere. Okay, that is the end of this slide. So, but as long as we are making telephone calls, there may appear some challenges or some difficulties. As I said before, here the common challenges or difficulties that may arise, that may appear like this when communicating with foreign firms. One, hello, أستاذة سارة, hello. Hello.
Hello.
أستاذة أسماء, would you please turn off the cam? أسماء مصطفى? Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Sarah, would you please read the first part?
Okay. Language barriers. Different language may shape a difficulty as Spanish or French.
Yeah, this is what is so-called language barriers. Barriers, it means that like the bridges, barriers, hindrances, obstacles. أو in Arabic, العوائق. Language barriers, as I said, hindrances, obstacles, difficulties that appear in front of us. You need to make a business call with someone, but your language is not that strong to make this telephone call, because even if you speak, you will not be able to receive the call easily. So this is called a difficulty. How could I overcome this difficulty, guy? Okay, especially that I said if this guy maybe has another different accent, you cannot hear him very well. Your ear is not accustomed to or familiar with his voice. So I think it is very hard or impossible to receive and communicate easily with him. Am I right? Guys, am I
Yes,
right?
of
Sure.
course, sir.
Yes, yes. Right now, maybe you could understand me pretty well because I am the same culture like you. I am the same nationality here, and I have a familiar voice to you, an Egyptian voice. So here it's easy. You understand me? And also my accent is somewhat clear for you, as if I'm talking with you in Arabic. So here you are accustomed to my voice. But when it comes to Italian voice, maybe Scotland or a Scottish voice, you know the matter. Well, I swear, I bet. يعني I say what I can say in Arabic. أتحدى. You will never understand me.
Already happened, sir. Today we have a conference with an Indian person. It was so difficult to know what did he say. You know, he must put more than one D in his speech. And you you know, his vocals was so difficult to me.
Yes, Mustafa, I totally agree with you. By the way,
Yeah.
the same guy that you spoke to, for me, I have some Indian guys in my institute also. You know, I find difficulty. Wallah, I swear, I find difficulty dealing with them because when they say a word, they have to add a letter A at the end of the word. I don't know why. Why they should add a? Or when they say, for example, fish, one of them, a lady in my institute said that I cooked some fish. She said, I cooked some fish. Why fish? Why you add?
Then
So here,
the Indian guy today bought a lot of these, you know, like our Upper Egypt people when say dish, not gish. He say you got that, you that. Yeah, he means you got
yes,
that. Yeah.
yeah. Here I also dealt with some Chinese person, like when say hello, hello, well, hello. You know, it's very hard. You know, it. So here the different cultures mean difficulty in receiving telephone calls. This is what I mean. So this number one, language barriers. Maybe he's Spanish, you're Egyptian, maybe she's Italian, and you are Indian. So the language barriers we need to overcome. We need to build a bridge to overcome these obstacles or hindrances or muawwaqat, as they say. Or number two, I need someone to read number two. Not Mustafa, not Sarah. I have here Asma. Yes, Asma, hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Number two, culture differences. Culture norms and communication styles leads to misunderstanding.
Yes, you have a culture and I have another culture. So it means, you know, the background. This Indian guy or this Spanish guy or this Italian or this American or English have some customs and traditions which is totally different are different from my culture. That here it comes to the culture. By the way, I talked with a Californian guy. He was talking with me. I felt that he was talking rudely, in a rude way, in a bad way with me. Actually, I objected this way. And I told him, why you are speaking in a rude way with me? He said, never, Nasser, I do not speak with you rudely. Why you think like this? Because I said, this is the tone of your language is something like this. So here, different cultures. Am I right? So,
Yeah, of course.
Mister, do you think that if we are different cultures, it means this will be possible or impossible or difficult or what? No, I mean, when you are going to deal with customer, a client or a company, it means you should know some background about them before dealing with. You got it, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Some time also that yes, Manal, what do you want to say?
Oh, I said, should we select the barrier to, before we connected?
Yeah, so before we connect or we communicate with other persons, yes,
Before communication.
yes, right now. Okay, that's very good. Number 3, time zone differences. Can you imagine that time now is 9:20 in my area here? Yeah, the UAE timing zone. In Egypt, it is 8:27. In other area, maybe in China right now, it is 3 a.m. 3 a.m. maybe or 4 a.m. I don't know, 5 to 6 hours difference. So here, time zone, sometimes it is very difficult to communicate with other person. If you're going to make business, please be aware, be careful. Just put in consideration the time zone differences. I think you understand it and no need to make any comments about it. Yeah. Number 4, technology barriers. Unless you لو انت مش unless you have the بس ما entered. Okay here. Unless you have the technology the technology devices, you are accustomed to them, or you know how to deal with the technology, it means you will find it so hard. You know, guys, if I cannot open Zoom with you, if I cannot deal with the mobile phone with you here, so I think it is very hard for me to deal with you or to communicate with you. So here it comes to technology. Number 5, legal and regulatory differences. Here guys, it's about laws and regulations. Okay, the laws and the regulations. Sometimes what is easy for us in Egypt is impossible in different area. When it comes to laws, maybe the taxes you add in your country is not allowed in their country. I think that I discussed this small tip with the Ustaza Sara about the laws and the regulations. We were discussing about the regulations in different countries. And she said that, you know, it's 14% tax for blah, blah, blah. I said, it's too much tax. What is that? Why 14% tax for everything? Yeah, actually, I did not understand about everything because you are the guys who are specialized in this field. So I'm not coming to your field in order not to lose myself even. Number 6, distance and the travel. Okay, but with technology and calls, everything, all the world is in your hand right now. Number 7, different business practices. So here it comes with negotiation. If Mustafa have the flexibility and the easiness in making telephone calls with people and making a negotiation with them, so Mustafa could own the world in his hands, right? This is different business practice. If you have that flexibility, all of this come if you have the ability to communicate through telephone calls. That is the part. Understood, guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
by the way, we have here the different kinds of telephones. Okay, in order to be able to speak with other people or to communicate with other people, here we have the landline. I'm gonna leave this slide for you to read. It's easy. Okay, landline, public telephone, payphone, phone in public here. Okay, or a phone or mobile phone, a phone you can carry with you. Callers can, you know, like this, like that, smartphone, 3G, mobile phone, the different kinds of phones in order to be able to communicate with other firms or to other companies. So here, also this slide complete the other slide here, but right now, sometimes we need to use some specific expressions to be able to speak with the client or the customer or to communicate with the company. So what kind of expressions or terms can we use, like phone, call, and ring? Call, phone, or telephone. All of these are verbs: to call someone, to phone someone, or to telephone someone, or to give someone a call. Like this, you can repeat them. In order to know them, you have to repeat these words. Here in BRE, you can say, Mr., what is BRE and what is AME? If you move back to the upper slide here, you will know these terminologies or mustalahat, what do they mean? So to ring someone, to ring up someone, or to ring someone up. Here, it's easy, okay, understood. To call up someone, I think all of us passed by the secondary school or the Egyptian secondary school, and we know what it means by idioms or idioms and synonyms and so on. So here it's easy for you, nothing hard for this part. To call someone up, to call up someone, or to call someone up. Okay, here the numbers also, if you have two numbers, is different from three numbers, is different from four numbers. Here it comes to intonation or notes with me here. When saying numbers, use a rising intonation for each group, except for the last group, when you should use a falling tone, يعني صوت ما يوطى. Okay, this shows you have reached the end of the number, like here, double O or double zero, double O or 00. Okay, double O. Here I raised, the intonation is high. Here, double four, double four. Mister, why you speak like this? Because the other person on the other, yeah, from on the line, okay, the other side of the telephone wants to hear it clearly, pretty well. So you have to make rising intonation. 1746. Don't say it all, okay, but one by one. 1746. Okay, 845. Okay, 845. Okay, 921. 921. You know, when you end the number or when you want to end the code. I think this slide also is somewhat easy. Here, doing things over the phone. What do you mean by doing things over the phone? It means that you're going to directly come to a telephone people and speak with them or making a conversation with them. So here, phone numbers for particular purpose include when you want to make phone call for some purpose. One of them, helpline, information line. You can find out about a company's products or service. This is the aim or the target. You need to make some calls in order to know about their products, maybe, or about their services, like this. Sometimes you use the hotline, you know, when I use the hotline when it's something urgent, okay, often used by companies as a more exciting alternative to helpline. And sometimes you need the telephone call for booking or reservation line, making booking for events, travel, and hotels. But I think you are not going to pass by all of these. Your work here is focusing on 2 to 3 reasons. So here, sorry. Okay, here, people who answer and deal with calls like this work in call centers. BRE, call centers, okay, like this. So this one is somewhat easy. Guys, this is a type of call, telephoning, trying to get through. Again, trying to get through to reach to each other. Mike Barr wants to speak to Jane Owen. Okay, I need someone to make this telephone call with me. Okay, Manal and Mustafa, would you please? Mustafa, hello.
I'm hearing you very well. Okay.
Okay, Mustafa, you're going to take Jane Owen's turn, and Manal is going to speak in behalf of Mike Barr.
Okay, good morning. Good morning.
Mustafa, it's
Sorry,
not
you
there.
want me to make the role of Mike Barr or John Owen? Or Jan Owen?
Okay, she started with the Primo Plastic. Good morning. She started like this. So you're going to take the other.
Okay. Hello, can you put me through to Jan Owen in sales, please?
One moment, please. I'm afraid the line is busy. Do you want to hold or would you like to call back later?
Okay, I'll call again later. What's her direct line, please? I put some additionals from from myself. Sorry, sir.
Do not. This is Mustafa.
Yeah, I must put my touch.
Mustafa, you know, I'm a reservatory person. أنا إنسان متحفظ شوية. When you come to business, you should be specific. Huh? No more,
Okay.
no more flavor. No more addition.
Okay.
Okay.
No more additionals. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, her direct line is 794283221.
So you repeat the same number, Mustafa.
What?
You repeat the same number. She gave you a telephone number.
Okay. I must repeat after hey in order to check the spelling or to be sure from the number. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Okay, right, very good. So it means that when someone give you a number, maybe you did not hear it well, maybe you dropped a number or one number and then so you have to repeat it once more. This by the way, this is what I always do when someone give me a number. I repeat the same number.
Yeah.
Her direct line is 79428321. 79428321. Thanks.
Is that right? This is an additional also.
Yeah, this is a professional way of how to make a telephone call when it comes to business. So here you can also say extension 123, please. I'm putting you through. Okay, I am putting you through. Or I'll try again later. Could you give me the number of her direct line? Again, I'll try again later. Could you give me the number for her direct line? It means that something urgent and we have to speak about. So here, voicemail. I need someone from the girls here to speak about the voicemail. Who's the volunteer? Actually, you know, the time is less than a minute. So it means our session will finish now. Okay? We will stop it here.
Okay.
We'll stop it here and I will send you another link to complete the session for 15 minutes more. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.